What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be our first video of 2022, so I hope that you and all your families had a great new year and happy holidays and all that good stuff. I hope you guys ate a lot, spent a lot of time with family and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and jump into today's video. So today we're going to be working on my father's truck, little 5.3 LS truck. It's a Chevy 1500, and I got him some stuff for Christmas that we wanted to get on this truck. So first we've got some headlights here. We got him some little LED bulbs for the new headlights. We've got a few things on the truck already. I got him a Diablo T2 Trinity tuner a while back. We put this grill on it. I got him these fog lights. I did the exhaust for him when he got out of the hospital after he was diagnosed with cancer. I wanted to surprise him with something. It wasn't too much of a surprise, but he liked it. It's a lot louder than it was, but it's still pretty quiet altogether. But that's what he wanted. He didn't want something that was obnoxious. This is what he drives every day, so we wanted to give him something that sounded a little better, but not obnoxious, you know? So I'll show you guys what that sounds like. Like I said, not super loud, but it was definitely a lot better than what it was, and he's happy with it. So let's go ahead and start diving into this thing and see if we can't get some headlights out of it. All right, guys, so we've got the truck in here and we've got the hood up. First thing we're gonna take off is this panel here. It's super simple, super self-explanatory. Most of you guys know how to do it, I'm sure. You just go under the top piece, lift it up a little bit, and then you can get under the bottom one and lift that right up out of there. Oops, sorry. And then boom, you're done. So let's go ahead and get this panel out of here, and then we will move on to the next step. We got this panel out, and now we are gonna go ahead and start taking the bolt out for the grill. Now, this grill has a couple clips down in there. This one I took most of them off, so it just pops right out basically. Carefully set that there. On your normal grills, you would have, like your stock grills, they have the little metal clips that go here, and you can grab them from the back. Like back here with a pair of pliers, because they have little tabs, so when they go through they lock in, and you can squeeze them on the back to push them through, because the tabs break really easily on the stock grills. So let's go ahead and take a look here and see what we've got to get the headlights out. Looks like we've got a little push pin here. It doesn't need to come off, but I feel like it'll get it out of our way a little better. Just tuck that out of the way for now. So now we've got a couple bolts on the headlight itself. Take that one out. This one out. I'm sure there's some more down in there, a little bit more maybe. Okay, guys, so I went ahead and loosened that bolt. I didn't take it all the way out. You can see it's still in there. I just backed it off a little bit. It looks like it'll slide off, so let's try to loosen the headlight a little bit now. Yeah, so it pops right out of there. See if you can get a better shot at that bolt down there now. See it? And it's just got a slide tab that goes on it. So let's go ahead, try to slide this one out a little bit, and see what we've got to work with for wiring. All right, so I don't remember having to do this last time, but when you try to slide this headlight out, it's hitting up against that, and I don't want to have to force the new one in when we go in with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bolt, and I've already got this bottom bolt out. So I'm going to go ahead and run those out and see if this thing slides right out of there a little bit easier for us. So this bracket is right on out of our way now. It's got a little clip on it down there, but I'm not really going to worry about that. I'm just going to swing it over out of our way for now. Just gently let it hang. And now let's see if we can't slide this headlight right on out of here. And oh, there we go, never mind. So we got that one out of here. So on this side, guys, I was able to get the socket with extensions in there on that bolt, and I didn't have to take out this fender liner. So I'm thinking that maybe at one time this truck was hit on that side, and it shifted it a little bit maybe, and that could be why I can't get in on that side with it, but I can get in on this side. So when you guys do yours, make sure to try it that way with just the extension. Then you might not have to touch that fender liner at all. But I'm not going to bother showing you guys how to take this side out. We just did that side. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one out on my own real quick. And then I will finish showing you guys what I do with those bulbs. And we will start putting it back together. And I'll show you what we have to tap into and wire up for the running lights. So let's go ahead and get this one out. And I'll get back with you guys. Alright guys, if you're like me here, I wanted to put LEDs in this thing before we even put it in the truck. Because the new headlights come with halogens. So all you do is you pop this little rubber cap off, and then it exposes this. You unplug the wires from the existing bulb, and on my new LED it has a positive and negative. So black to negative and blue to positive in my case. So then we're just gonna go in here, see if I can do it one-handed here, and you just push down and over, and that springs up. Then that should lift up out of the way like that. You can grab the it's a new bulb, it's just a halogen bulb. So instead of doing this, I went with some new LEDs that are supposed to be quite a bit brighter. So then with this, same thing, you've got a little locating tab here. You just want to locate that in like so. See how it located itself right into place? And then the same deal, this is going to have to come up and over. So what we're going to have to do is, because it obviously doesn't fit, is we're going to have to take and pop one of these out like so. Sorry if you got a bad angle here, I'm trying. Locate that again. Then I'm gonna take mine and go from this side, kind of like so, and then you just gotta get these back in their holes right there. So I'm gonna have to set the camera down to do it. Sorry guys. Alright guys, so I just used the flathead screwdriver and I was able to get them both back in there. And then same thing again up here. You just come up, push it down and in. And that one's all locked in. This is ready to go now. So let's go ahead, and I'm gonna feed my wires through and try to tuck them up in there, and then get that cap back on nice and tight so we don't have any moisture get in. Alright guys, let me go ahead and show you where we're at. I apologize if some of the last clips weren't as good. I did start using my phone on those because it was literally 12 degrees out here last night, and even with the heater going, the warmest we got it in here was like 18 degrees because I do have that back door open. So I didn't get a whole lot done last night. I just tackled some wiring, but let me go ahead and show you what we did exactly. So start off, I found these plugs that I had laying around from a old motorcycle project I had. So these are perfect 2-wire plugs. So what I did was I ran into the sheathing, and then I have a ground that comes up that I use this bolt for ground on each side, because I didn't see a reason to run a wire all the way to the battery or somewhere else when I can just ground right there. So then on this side, I took the wire, ran it into this sheathing here, all the way down through there, zip tied up nicely all along here, and then we have it coming across into this one, which I did the same thing. You can see my wire that goes there, and I put this wire meeting the wire from the other side into a nice heat shrink connector, and then back into the sheathing, which we then brought all the way up, tucked it up in here, down and through there, and then up into the fuse box here. And I ended up using the trailer park lights fuse because it was just a nice easy fuse to put my fuse jumper in, and it just worked for me. I tested power. The power comes on when you unlock the truck, and when the truck's running, anytime your running lights are on, that fuse has power, so that worked good for me. But there are many other fuses you guys could choose to use, or you could even, the other option was to even use a switch, but I didn't want to do a switch just because I didn't want my dad to have to remember to turn on something else. So this is just how I did it. You guys could obviously use anything you want for power, but that was just a nice clean way for me to do it. So then we have, it ran so that our fuse box cover can still pop back into where it's supposed to be. Nothing gets in the way, barely even tell it's there. I'm pretty happy with how it came out so far. But the next thing that we've got to do here is I've got to go ahead and take the other side of my plugs, and we're going to run these to the headlight. So like I said, the wire coloring here, it's just what I happen to have laying around. Obviously you can use red for power and black for ground, but this is just what I had. So we've got black ground, and then the yellow green is going to be our power. But then we're just going to come over to this. Obviously we're going to do black to black, and then in our case the red to the yellow green. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up for that, and I will get back with you guys. Alright guys, so what I'm doing here is I'm putting our plug on to the actual light side of it. So what I use are these little heat shrink connectors. They seem to seal up pretty good. I don't know if you can see that on the end, but they have like a sealant that comes out of them when you heat them up with the torch, and they seem to seal pretty good for me, so I'm gonna keep using them. You guys can use solder or go that route. I know a lot of guys feel more comfortable with that, but for me this has seemed to work for many years now, so I'm just gonna keep using them for now. There are certain things I solder, but something like this, I think these are more than sufficient. But so I go ahead and put those on, and then I'm gonna slide a piece or two of the heat shrink stuff over each one, and then shrink that up, and then we will move on to the next light and get these bad boys installed. Alright guys, so like I showed you, we got all this wiring set up down to our plug here. We're just going to put some dielectric grease in this guy, and then we can plug right into the other end that we made attached to the light. As I showed you before, we wanted to run LEDs, so I had to cut this a little bit to fit that guy, and then just ran the wires to the connection right there. I would have liked to seal that a little bit better, but it kind of is what it is. There's not much you can do with it. But putting these headlights back in is the same process that I showed you guys of taking them out. So I'm just going to go ahead and put you guys on time lapse, and then we will show you what it looks like when it's all done. guys, so we ran into an issue with our LED bulbs. They stick out so far that when we went to put the headlight in, it was way off of this hole here. So what we had to do is we went in here and we notched it so that the bulb, it doesn't look like much on camera, but that's a good amount of space right there. So now the bulb is up against here and it came in a lot closer to our holes for us and lined up a lot better. Just wanted to explain to you guys why you just seen me with a grinder. Let's go ahead and get this plastic off and then step back and take a look at this thing. Dang, that thing looks so much better. Oh yeah, much better. And since it's smoked, it's gonna go with the fog light so much better now. Like when they're off. See how we've got, when I bought these for them, I bought the smoked ones because I bought them smoked LED fog lights a few months back. So I thought they'd match good. And they do, and they look decent with the grill. The grill was, not even gonna lie, the grill was a cheap eBay special. But when he bought the truck, it had the factory chrome grill and it was cracked. And he had drove around with that for quite a while, and then finally I was like, you know, I'm just gonna get him a grill. But this one, it actually looks and fits a lot better than I thought it would. But let's go ahead and close up the hood. This thing looks so much better with those in it. So much better. Let's back this thing out and see what it looks like. Dang, I think these things came out good. I think they look real good, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Would you guys have gone with a different light? Let's go ahead and turn the running lights off, or the headlights off, and just leave the running lights on. How do I do this here? That. Fog lights is that. Bam. See, I like that. Yeah, let me know, guys. Like I said, in the comments, let me know if you guys would have gone with something else. The absolute only thing I would have changed if these were going on my personal truck would have been, I would have done the sea lights in like a color changing. But like I said, this is my father's truck. I got them for him for Christmas. He did not want color changing. he's not real phone savvy, so I didn't want him to have another thing to try to worry about, so we figured just to go with a normal running light. I think they look great, guys. Alright guys, so that's going to go ahead and wrap up this video of the headlight install. I know content has been kind of slow on the channel lately. It is winter up here in New England, so we've been trying to work around that. We do have some things in the works to try to get some more stuff out for you guys. I did also go out and buy another vehicle for the channel. Of course, it is yellow. I don't want to tell you guys what it is yet, but we will be doing a video on that here very shortly. I showed you guys in this video what I get my father for holidays and stuff like that. I always get him car parts. But go ahead and let me know in the comments what you guys get for the father figure in your life, whether it's birthdays or holidays or anything like that. I'm curious, so let me know. But as always, guys, thanks for checking out the Bought to Build YouTube channel, and we will catch you on the next one.
Shining on the city lights, all this doubt around me, then but look, I got it right. Don't you try to hit me, now you live a petty life. All those nights I laid awake, I pray for better life.